Chapter 584. I propose we create a power control device specifically for the awakeners within the cavalry. Yudhir's unexpected statement led everyone else to look at him with undisguised curiosity. A power control device for the awakeners? What's it for? Ever cautiously asked first. The name itself hinted at what the object might be, but she couldn't understand why Yudhir was proposing its creation now. Yudhir glanced at Kishir, who seemed to fully grasp his intentions, then at Nathan, who appeared unperturbed, and finally at the deputy commanders, who were filled with questions and concerns. He opened his mouth to speak. Knights capable of wielding aura as well as mages each have their own devices to temporarily control their powers. However, there is nothing of the sort for the awakeners yet. Wouldn't it be better if such a thing didn't exist? Staber questioned with a contemplative look. Do we really need a device to forcibly control our powers? Wouldn't that be like shackling ourselves? It may seem that way, but throughout history, knights and mages have created their own control devices. Even the now obsolete divine power limiting spells were crafted by Or, the messenger of the sun god. Why do you think they made such choices? Kishir interjected smoothly before Yudhir could complete his sentence. The deputy commanders collectively fell into deep thought. Kana was the first to respond. Is it because if we are to coexist with those who don't possess powers, such a measure becomes necessary? Kishir smiled. That's one reason, yes, but consider what we have experienced in the West, and you will see there is another need. Ah, I see. It's a matter of being able to control our powers. Ever answered with a slightly furrowed brow. Not everyone can control their abilities as well as we can. Some may go berserk, others may wish to lose their newly acquired powers. There is no guarantee that such individuals won't appear within the cavalry in the future. Also, Kishir urged Ever to continue. It would be necessary for individuals like those awakeners from the Star of Nagran we captured in the West, wouldn't it? Excellent. Precisely, Yudhir nodded toward Ever. That's right. It's not the only reason, but all of these are why I believe a power control device is necessary. The cavalry has jurisdiction over all issues related to the awakeners. This meant that what happened with the Star of Nagran was just the beginning. They would have to continue addressing countless issues with awakeners, helping them and at times passing judgment. Currently, the absence of a means to control the awakeners made handling them in urgent situations excessively cruel. Initially, the regular non-awakener knights who captured the awakeners from the Star of Nagran had argued for piercing their clavicles and leg bones with chains to restrain them. They did so, claiming that these individuals were too dangerous and uncontrollable. It was only because the cavalry objected and opted for round-the-clock surveillance that this harsh measure was avoided. But what if they hadn't established a temporary base in the West? Ever and Kana had both witnessed this firsthand. However, keeping a 24-hour watch on the Awakener wasn't ordinary even for the cavalry. It had been feasible only because it was a special circumstance and involved only a few individuals. Going forward, they wouldn't be able to manage all offending awakeners in the same manner. This was already the case with the Hosanna and Gale and Doyle brothers they were currently monitoring. In places beyond the reach of the cavalry, numerous awakeners were still being judged uncontrollably without proper investigation. They were either killed or mutilated. Such practices continued until the invention of power control devices specifically for the awakeners in Yudhir's previous life. Although the power control device couldn't fully restrain the power of someone as strong as Yudhir, they did serve as appropriate measures for those at risk of going berserk, those who simply wanted to live quietly, and those who had committed crimes but were not deserving of the death penalty. After the invention of these devices, Either personally experienced how much could change depending on whether there was means of control. There were those who misused the control devices, of course, but that was the nature of all things in the world. Despite its drawbacks, some method of control was indeed necessary. Ancient people who created control devices for knights, mages, and priests might have thought the same. Indeed, it's necessary for the awakeners in places out of the cavalry's reach. There are too many people in danger just for being awakeners, Kana muttered, nodding her head. As she said, current awakeners were threatened simply for manifesting their powers. It was even worse if their appearance significantly changed from that of an ordinary person. People feared what was different and uncontrollable, wishing to eliminate it. Thanks to the limited effectiveness of the power control devices, either who had experienced all sorts of control methods knew these feelings very well. I get your point, but do we have someone in the cavalry capable of creating such a device? Staber looked worriedly at Kishir. Let's first hear what the assistant thinks about it. Alright, since it's a device for controlling power, researching existing control devices should be the first step. In fact, devices for mages are more abundant and frequently used, so it would be beneficial to seek the assistance of those knowledgeable about them. A control device for mages and people who know about it. So, it all comes down to mages? Yes, fortunately, we have several mage allies staying with the cavalry. Moreover, don't we currently have someone who is both a mage and an awakener? For a moment, the same name crossed everyone's mind. Thais Yulman, a mage engaged in research within the cavalry, and Helm, who had recently joined, were well known to all present. And Thais Yulman's apprentice, Alec Pelgan, had become an awakener after joining the cavalry. That was also a peculiar situation. In his previous life, Emperor Kutchian and some unknown mage had created the power control devices. But there was no reason to follow the same path in this life. Even if he didn't know who the original creator was, he knew what the device was based on. He just had to create them, no matter the approach. Besides, it would be easier to maintain secrecy and minimize misuse if we develop it within our group, Yudhir thought. That makes sense. It seems like the most appropriate choice. Let's proceed that way, Kishir concluded, smiling at Yudhir. Since you brought it up, you're responsible. After the meeting, you will accompany me to discuss further. How does that sound? I will do that. The expressions of the others remained unchanged upon hearing this. However, one person, Kana, was different. Yudhir saw her cast a nuanced, warm and yet awkward smile in his direction. Does she think Kishir is playing tricks on me? The meeting ended shortly after, leaving the question unanswered. Yudhir headed to the lab of Thais Yulman, where Alec was, with Kishir in a strange mood. A control device for the awakener? You want me to make it? Alec, who usually assisted his master, Thais, in his research, was startled once by Kishir's appearance and again when Kishir indicated he wanted a private word. And then he was so shocked by the ensuing proposal that he almost fell backwards. You're a mage, so you must know the principles behind magic control devices. Well, yes. I know you have been researching the power of the awakener diligently with your master. Given that, who would be more suitable for this job than you? But my expertise in creating magic devices is only basic. Wouldn't it be better to ask my master? No, it has to be you. Alec turned his head in surprise at Yudhir's soft-spoken words. It is said that one cannot understand mages without understanding magic power. Likewise, if one doesn't understand the power of the awakener, one cannot understand the awakener themselves. The person who creates this control device must truly understand that it is not merely for restraint. Alec's expression lost some of its shock and fear upon hearing this. I see. During my time researching this power with my master, I had considered the issue of control as well. While magic power can be regulated in multiple ways if it causes problem, the power of the Awakener has no such alternatives. It's extremely risky. Since first becoming Awakener, Alec had been delighted that he seemed to be able to use elemental magic. However, as he continually studied and improved his initially feeble powers, he came to realize that this power was very different from magic. An Awakener is just that, an Awakener, not a mage. They may look similar on the surface, but they are not the same. The mysterious power of the Awakener could sometimes be uncontrollable, even by the person processing it. If Alec had encountered similar difficulties while learning magic, he could have easily controlled it using various means. However, when researching the power of the Awakener, he had to work twice as hard just to barely control it. As Yudhir had pointed out, no other mage understood the need and purpose of control as clearly as Alec did. Though Alec Pelgan was a mage, he was also an Awakener. Only he could truly grasp his own identity, not his master. After pondering deeply, Alec finally nodded his head heavily. Alright, I will give it a try. This could benefit me as well. Good decision. Let me know if you need anything. But, by the way, with a graceful smile, Kesher suddenly scrutinized Alec anew. It's not just that you have become Awakener, you have manifested the second gender. Second gender? Alec? Either, who had never heard of this, turned his head to find Alec swallowing nervously, his face flushed. Can you see that? Is it because of the scent? As Alec hastily fanned himself as if trying to dissipate his sweat, Yudhir also faintly sensed a fragrance. When did you reach this stage, Alec? Last time, you certainly hadn't. It wasn't long ago, around the time of the cavalry party, I think. I considered reporting it to you separately, but I still can't believe that I have manifested a second gender, so... Alec heavily confessed that he had manifested as an Omega. It now made sense why he kept the fact of his manifestation a secret and didn't want to talk about it. Many male Awakeners often felt a great shock just by the fact that they could bear children if they manifested as a second gender Omega. Alec must have felt the same. But considering how recent your manifestation is, your scent is incredibly faint. Is there some sort of problem? No, it's probably because of the medicine I developed with my master. Medicine? When did you start researching that? I have never heard of it. Kishe slightly furrowed his brow. Alec hurriedly clarified that the medicine was not dangerous at all. After I manifested my second gender, I found the transition a bit difficult. So, my master created a medicine that suppresses the scent using improved magic herbs. Although my master is currently focusing on magic energy research, he used to be an authority on magic plants. So, anyway, the effects of the medicine that Alec had personally tested on himself turned out to be surprisingly good. Despite his recent manifestation, his scent was hardly noticeable, and his physical condition seemed as good as ever. The slight scent that was emanating from him now was only because he had missed a dose that morning. According to Alec, if he maintained the original dosage and frequency, he would be no different from before his second gender manifestation. At Alec's words, Yudhir felt considerable surprise and shock for the first time in a while. He was able to create something like that? Of course, it's still in the process of improvement. But once I have tested it thoroughly and find it satisfactory, I was planning to report it to you. Really. They got some presents now.